Hey everyone, I'm Rather Coherent, back with more heavily modded XCOM 2. We're going into Operation Sword of the Knife. Interesting name. It's a difficult sabotage mission. It increases our income. We also have resistance contacts to just find people and beg them for money, and it delays a hidden dark event. We need to go through this chain and stop the dark event. There's not really any chance we let random dark events go through. That's way too dangerous. As for the team, we have 4 corporals who should all be in Predator armor, but someone didn't get the memo. All of these corporals are almost at Sergeant. They'll probably get promotions. And then we're bringing out the 4 new hero units in the Pioneer again. The Pioneer is almost at Corporal. The Skirmisher is almost at Sergeant. These 2 probably won't be getting rank ups, but they need to get working on it. In terms of gear, remember that I have Dragon rounds, so I put that on my Skirmisher immediately because he should obviously be using the plus damage rounds when he's shooting his gun more than anyone else. We've also got a couple of mag weapons just because the game gives them to you when you get mag techs. That is the improvised mag rifle here, as well as the mag pistol on our, what's he called, a Reaper. It's a pretty strong team. It's one of the best teams I've fielded so far in the game, which should always be the case. But in the past, I'd be like, this is the best team I've ever had. And it's like 7 squaddies and a corporal, right? So I'm actually happy with the team. It's not just the best team I've had so far. It's actually a good team for this point in the game, unlike many of the teams we have fielded. I feel good about this. Let's get into it. Let's see how the mission goes. But as we load in, I should briefly shill to you about how liking, commenting, and subscribing does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Anyways, on with the show. Alright, we are in the corner of the map. The objective is close to a map edge. Is it close to both map edges? No, there's a lot of space around it still. Anyways, simple enough. Let's get running. I imagine we're not going to see anything with these moves, but we send the Reaper first just in case. Oh, hi there. Gonna move up to here, check the rest of the roof. We're good there. Eclipse crash. Can't quite get the cover I want. If they're participating in a fight next turn, it's probably from... Let's just not fight next turn, right? Let's hope that it doesn't come to that. Everyone run forward as far as you can, if you're on cover at least. Getting forward and then not being on cover just sounds like a mistake. If they are running at us, I'm okay getting into a fight as long as all my soldiers are like right next to them ready for the fight. I'm hoping they're just not running at us and we're fine. Fiber Giant runs over here, away from them, because its detection range is huge. Can get all the way forward on Draugr because he's so damn fast thanks to that combat conditioning. And last soldier can just go here in the back. It's a tech specialist, so having them far back, like, their gun's not good at range, but they're not good in general, so they just don't get priority. And as expected, they're walking away from us, not into the corner of the map that we spawned in. We have a Stun Lancer, a Pathfinder, a Trooper, and a Sectoid. Honestly, a fairly weak pod. And over there, we have another pod with Soldier and Trooper. Glad they had someone so far forward to see it. Oh, it's just 2. That's embarrassing for them. Hey, Torpedo Avalanche. I can't help but notice that you're orange despite being an assault. That's not confusing at all. I need to fix that shit after the mission. So we want to start this ambush with a lead the target. Lead the target requires you to be braced, so... That was a misclick. There's no timer. We'll set up and we'll get a better ambush next turn. It's fine. Just get everyone in position up top. We'll get there eventually. All right, it's the next turn. I think we're going to take the lead the target ambush this turn. It's just hard to justify not doing it is the thing. That other pod is still in vision. They'll probably pull unless we get lucky with the turn order there. And I think I'm just going to be running my Reaper forward, but trying to stay out of the way. I don't want to get caught with this scamper when they do move. Draugr probably stays where he is because his gun has bad range bonuses. So yeah, you can stay right there. You can't really move forward. So just pull in a little bit and overwatch. You can't really move forward either. So just overwatch. Sapper moves to here and takes his overwatch as well. Fiber Giant's the only one where it's sort of an oddball and I don't know what he's doing. Oh, well... Yeah, you're overwatching with your pistol. I know exactly what you're doing. Just going to overwatch here with my gun that I know absolutely will not fire. Anyway, let's take the ambush. That seems pretty good. Good job, team. The loot's on the ground. The Sectoid's already dead. It just doesn't know it yet.
They found us. You know that was good.
Wait, did one of them have loot that wasn't the Sectoid? What happened? I guess there were 2 loots in that and I didn't notice. Okay. Now, with all of these overwatches, you might think it's going to be difficult for us to move. I don't know why you would think that. Fiber Giant's here. Fiberjack, could you just go put this guy down real quick? It's only a 71, but I mean, like, what are they going to do? Shoot him as he runs forward? Apparently not. If they had hit, though, it wouldn't have done very much at 3 armor. Right now, my defensive tech is notably ahead of the aliens' offensive tech, which is showing a lot on Fiberjack. But hey, there's stuff like the Advent Warlock. We're starting to get to the point where there are plenty of units that have ways of hitting you fairly hard. And additionally, as we see more and more explosives, they can just shred the armor down very effectively. But for now, we're in a great spot offensively. The Templar is obviously not doing anything if he's not killing this unit, so we take him out. I don't want to put him backwards inside the building, but I might have to. Depends on how his movement looks right here. I don't want to put him in half cover, that's for damn sure. If I can reach the spark, that wouldn't be bad, so I should have attacked him here instead. I put him on the wrong side. No punish, though. I'm going to get behind the spark. And the fact that my cover is going to move next turn isn't a big deal because I don't intend on sticking around in the first place. I'll pick up some money here on the Reaper, who's not really contributing. Thanks for the $34, bro. And move forward. Now, that gets eyes on the Viper King. He's here again. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Not the biggest fan of that news. Got a 44 on a Trooper. It's not the best. What we really want to do is have our Sapper be in range. Excuse me? Oh, he can't jump over the edge here. I see. Draugr can't even see anyone from all the way back here. But he can get forward into a flanking position because he's so damn fast thanks to combat conditioning. That 2 mobility is just way bigger than I was giving it credit for. We take combat conditioning here because it's the only way for us to potentially kill the Warlock this turn. Oh. Well, I guess that's a way too. I wasn't really considering that one. You want to kill him too? You're just going to be unstoppable for a hot second? Yeah, kind of stoppable. Still, 50% for a second kill is pretty good. I didn't actually hit F1 on the Warlock and show you what he does. He's really scary. I'm glad he's dead. Killing him was my priority very, very clearly this turn. Next time I see one, I'll show you why. They're terrifying units. Can anyone else get to that piece of high cover? No. So we're going to send our Sapper to this heavy cover. We're going to send our Tech Specialist to that heavy cover. I think we pulled because I can't tab again. Yep. Yeah, it's not too bad. Everyone's in heavy cover. It's only 2 guys. I was aware that was a possibility. And now the Sapper can run forward. Oh wait, you're not a Sapper. Sapper already ran forward. We have a gas grenade. We have explosive grenade. Gas grenade makes these high cover tiles unusable for Advent, which is really, really nice. Additionally, it guarantees a kill on the demolitionist because the damage over time. And the explosive grenade is not guaranteed to destroy their cover. I don't know if those trees will go down in 1 explosive. So instead, I'm just making sure they go down like this and preventing people from getting on this stuff over here in the future. Oh, you have a vector rifle. Huh. There's a mod that I forgot to install that puts stuff like squad side icons on the target preview. I'm going to move here, lose line of sight, and then install that mod after the episode, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, though. Just rebrace. Over here, we have no great use for combat conditioning. We could pull further left. We could push forward, but that's just dangerous and bad. Oh, yeah, let's not ever push forward. Dear God, I forgot about him. Blinding Protocol on the Sectoid seems like the best play. That way, it's not going to be able to mind control anyone. Never actually used Blinding Protocol in this campaign so far, but it is a good ability. I think that's our last action, just forgetting about my Assault. Well, to be fair, it's because my Assault's forgetting to be useful. Since the Axe doesn't care about range, I have a 66% to kill on the Cursed Trooper. The thing is, everyone's in heavy cover. I don't really care that much. There are definitely multiple flanks if I run forward to there. That's not safe. I'm just going to Overwatch and hope it does something. They'll still get 1 tick of damage on somebody guaranteed because of the stock. And it looks like that's exactly what it does. I don't think the Axe is best used there. I think the Axe is more valuable elsewhere. That's an interesting play. Oh. I don't know what this is. Wait. Did he just fully resurrect the Warlock at the cost of his own life? Holy shit, that's incredible. I was unaware that was what he did. I should have half to 1 him, but I just didn't think to do it. That's awesome. Does he get to act this turn? No wonder it didn't care about cover. It knew it was dead. Ow. Stop that shit. My Pioneer's not supposed to have taken 3 damage this turn. Yeah, that's supposed to happen more. Between the dodge chance and the armor, it's unlikely he takes too much damage. But since he takes forever to heal, I don't want him to take much more. To that end, I think the Pioneer is done participating in combat for this mission. I'm going to walk here and get the supplies and the loot, since other people are not safe to do it. 4 grip suppressor, focus, 29 credits. Appreciate all that. Now, my Reaper does not have eyes on that Viper King. We need eyes on the Viper King. We absolutely, positively cannot pull that pod ahead of time. Now, you can see the whole pod, so even though I don't like my current position, I'll stay there until the end of the turn. I have 1 action, and it has no option but to be reload. Unfortunate. We can move here without pulling that pod, which is great. And then we use our grenade to hopefully... I thought you were the sapper because you were yellow. Where's the sapper? He's all the way back here. I can't quite get both like I want to. I need that Advent Trooper dead. That actually has to happen. So I'm going to take this grenade. And the reason that has to happen is because he can run forward to this position and take flank shots down. I don't like it at all. Now we have a guaranteed kill with shotgun ship. I'm going to put another grenade on the other car next to the sectoid so that all their cover is exploding and there's not a great place for the Viper King to come harass me from next turn. It's very possible the Viper King runs forward and scampers into the exploding cover. I'd really appreciate that. I'm going to run forward to here on the Pioneer. That way it can participate next turn if it wants to, but it's otherwise outside of line of sight for this round. Let's take a look at this Warlock that's not getting dealt with so far. It has Soulfire, it's just guaranteed damage ignoring cover and armor. It's terrifying. It also has Insanity, so, you know, random mental effect. And the big one, it has a grenade that does damage and causes massive environmental damage and stuns. It's a problem. Let's take this 84% up top with Eclipse Crash. Yeah, sure. Thanks. I was expecting to shoot it a second time with someone else, but I'll take it. The assault means I can't take this position. Just gonna reload and chip down the trooper. It's the right play. I want to move forward, but there's nowhere to move forward to. Now, this is a problem. I wasn't really thinking when I made this mission. We're at a point in the game where the Viper King exists. We have to kit out every squad with a Marine. Like, with a Marine, the threat level is very manageable. It's scary, but it's manageable. Without a Marine, it's like 10 out of 10. Please, no, don't. Why would you do this to me? With a Marine, it's like 6 out of 10. I don't like it, but as long as we know what's happening, we can deal with it. I'm going to get Stubborn Sectoid up here in full cover. There's really nothing for you to do. What's this ability? I actually don't want to do... In case he can be seen by the assault for some reason, I'm going to do it. No one should be running backwards, so this should just be a safe position on Regal Dawn. Disorient removed. Let's see what he's up to. Hey, that's why I did it. I was like, I think he might technically be stepping out, even though he shouldn't, because he's not really using the cover. All right, Viper King, Vipers, where are you heading?
We've got a chance to take this thing down once and for all.
Not onto the cars, unfortunately. The Sectoid has not got the memo about what that car is currently doing. Yeah, that's why we hunkered down. We were like, yeah, there's a good chance that everyone just sees him, even though he's behind full cover. Sectoid's still alive. Surprising. Oh, Royal Rampage went off. It was in range of the car, and it immediately froze everyone over here, except for my mech, because my mech is, you know, a robot. Now, the Viper King is actually the lowest priority here. We're going to go punch this assault. Because everyone else is, like, actually able to be killed with relative ease. Oh, that's not good. You weren't supposed to miss that one. I'm going to try to take it out with Regal Dawn, then. Because this unit's just fucking terrifying. Oh. But it doesn't have a loot, so we can send someone else to throw a grenade after this. Sure. It is a 60% crit. It wasn't that unlikely. And I can reposition from here. I'll just move slightly further back into better cover. That Sectoid needs to be chipped down, so someone with a shotgun has to do it. First, Eclipse Crash, what are you shooting today? You can take a guarantee on the sectoid with Shadowfall, and that's about all you got. Still, it's what you're doing. I'm going to run forward because I have the Vector Rifle. I'm going to Shadowfall the sectoid. I also have Shadowfall on a Viper in the back. That doesn't seem like it'll ever be the right thing to do. So take the stealth, kill this. Alright, most of the enemies are dealt with. Do I just want to pump 2 bullets of that? It seems terrible. Is anyone around able to suppress? No, and Blinding Protocol is on cooldown. There's already flanks on this line to begin with, so moving here might be my best bet on Big Large. And then we take the shot on the Viper behind the King. Unfortunate, but not too unlikely, let's be honest. This is going to be a similar move with a run and gun axe throw. At this point, it's the only way to kill it is with axe throw and the shotgun, or a lucky crit on one of them. But I mean, throw axe is pretty likely to hit. Oh, that's unfortunate. You really shouldn't be as alive as you are. Can we fix that, please? Thank you. Now it's just the King. Who's active number 2? Oh, there's a Viper back here. What's my Ripjack Strike up to? Only 5 to 6. I've got armor. The King can't get a flank on this position. Let's double check that. He's very fast. If I move to here, like, he can literally flank it, but not from a non-suicide flank position. Oh yeah, where can I grapple to? That's important. I should be thinking about that. I mean, there are places, but not the kind of place you want to be in. I don't want to pressure the Viper King to run forward is the thing. I can get to this full cover. Maybe I don't want to, though, is the thing. I'm just going to take this full cover position in Overwatch. It's not great, but I think it's the best thing I can do from here. I don't want the Viper King to move this turn. 61, huh? Through full cover. Look, I'll take the miss. I'm just glad he missed. Oh. Trogger, you're supposed to be inside of a snake right now. What's going on? Wait, is grab a fucking blue move? Also, why aren't you all poisoned? Interesting. So from here, I have the flamethrower on both. I should have it from here as well. And it should be slightly more accurate because it is range-based. Give it your best. That snake is easy to be dealt with by someone else now. I don't like that. Stop. Fiberjohn's not supposed to go down in his first mission like this. I didn't think you would just stand there and shoot while flanked. That's a little bit crazy. Poison's a bit of a bitch. I just forgot Vipers could spit poison when I was stacking everyone over here. Like, what am I doing other than taking low % shots? Like, I don't want to move and poison these guys. They'll be useless afterwards anyway. Oh. Cool. Good job. I have a 100% slash here. The alternatives kind of suck. Like, we just have to make the Viper King leave as soon as possible. Oh, you're burning and on acid. It's a nice crit, though. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't just stand still and shoot repeatedly. My sapper is preoccupied. You don't have an explosive. You don't have an explosive. You do. So get in cover and chuck a grenade at the tree because no one else is doing anything else. We need him to leave. The only way to do that is by hitting him repeatedly. What's he gonna do? Just continuing to run around. Get in cover, take the shot. My assault is in rather severe danger. So, I mean, like, I'll risk Regal Dawn. Because, again, we just need to keep shooting him until he tries to teleport out. You want to open a gate? No? I would like to be on the other side of this, thank you. I have integrated grapple to the roof of this car and a dream. Definitely we're moving in this direction because that's where the fight is now. Oh my god, did we just get out of the poison for free? The Ripjack Strike is the highest damage we've got. This is one of the more durable units, so it's okay if he gets shot compared to other people. And again, the only way to avoid serious wounds is to hit him until he leaves. Could you please fuck off? Open a gate. Thank you. I think he's doing it. Oh man, that was real close to a serious wound. We still got a moderate wound on the assault. Oh, that was rough. He got away though. Him getting away was good. He didn't shoot us multiple times. He only dealt a massive wound to my spark. Oh man. Only how much damage? 1 poison, 0 burn. Nice. All told, that's a really good result for the Viper King. No one's actually able to get to the objective this turn and activate it. Wait, hold up, sprint, explosive action. Let's go, save and wound time. He's the speediest man on Earth. 4 action turns, let's get the fuck out of here. Don't let him get poisoned anymore. Oh man, good job, Draugr. He had 2 really, really good turns there, and then finishing it like that's just cool. And now we can put down the extract and we can leave. Oh wait, we're supposed to talk to some guys. Yeah, go get the money, shake him down. We have 2 poison people that we're going to extract this turn, which are my assault and my tech specialist. And everyone else I'm going to sit around with and see if like reinforcements are about to drop in that we can farm. What do you mean alien activity? Alright, I don't see anyone else with circles around them. I think I got 3, so it's time to go. Let's get home with the rest of the squad. I'm not going to sit around and wait for multiple more turns to see if reinforcements are dropping. I don't think they do on this mission type, but I haven't been on one for a long time after revealing. Or for a long time after completing the objective, rather. I think this one you just extract immediately. I don't think there's anything else. Really, really good result for a Viper King mission, especially without a Marine. Draugr getting surprisingly bad numbers for how impactful he felt. Big Large doing decently for a Marine. Torpedo doing, you know, assault things. Not great numbers for an assault, but he also got frozen and was never in close range. Stubborn Sectoid doing almost nothing, but he's a sapper, so the few things he did were relevant. Eclipse Crash did a lot better than she should have, rolling a crit on an 80% on a unit that shouldn't have died in 1. Fiber Giant getting MVP at 17 damage, 1 kill, and 100% accuracy for 3 shots. It's alright. Realistically, this is just like everyone did about the same level of work. Everyone appears to be between 10 and 20 Whoa, Torpedo Avalanche, what are you doing with not having the MVP? I guess because you don't have 100% accuracy, you definitely did the most work, despite having been frozen and never being in close range, which is kind of wild. And now as we come back to base, it's time for my favorite part. It's the huge pile of promotions. Grave Wound on Fiber Giant, out for 16 days. Having just done 2 assaults, it's unlikely we have too many more missions we want to send Fiber Giant on anyway, but it's still not great. The good thing is with Fiber Giant, if he's at like 8 or 9 health, he can be sent out on a mission. Like, you don't have to have a Spark at full health as a robot, it can just go out. Torpedo Avalanche out for 5 days, so like, that's less than tired usually is, who cares? And 6 promotions just on the first part. We take high approach angle on our marksman. Negating cover is just too good, and the other options for efficient targeting and stalker just don't matter enough. Torpedo Avalanche is taking breakthrough so that they can move after slashing, making the move safe. Depressed Draugr, we're going into our first Sergeant Skirmisher of the campaign. You have reinforced cabling. This takes your various grapple abilities and put them on separate cooldowns and reduces the cooldown. You might be like, what do you mean various grapple abilities? Well, as you rank up, you're going to get Justice at Sergeant, which is what we just hit, so now we have Justice to pull someone to us, which will share a grapple cooldown with your normal grappling ability. And then later on at Major you get Wrath, so this basically means I get to use Justice, because I would normally be grappling all the time and not able to use it. Hit and Run, on the other hand, is just that same ability I took for the Assault, and it's incredible, and I can't imagine not taking it here, but it's up against really big things, like Phase, which is just Hit and Run. And also I don't trigger Overwatches anymore. And how much AP do I got? Let's just keep on going the same way we started, right? My honest opinion is that I think Hit and Run is the one you pick here if you're picking one, but all of these are tremendously valuable abilities. And I mean, I think it's funny at this point to just put everything on the skirmisher. I'm way more interested in the second skirmisher we get from a balance perspective. This guy should be hard carrying missions because he has all the AP that XCOM has earned over the first 14 missions invested into him. Big Large goes up to Sergeant. At Sergeant, our tech specialist gets the ability to use Haywire Protocol, which is wonderful for shutting down mechs. They get Repair for healing your sparks, which is incredible. And they no longer consume all actions. They're blue moves to use Gremlin protocols now, which is fantastic. Getting to Sergeant on tech spec is just a massive power spike for the class. Overload makes combat protocol an actually good ability. Extended signal range lets you function at squad sight. It's still not very good. The big reason it's not very good is because you might think the Gremlin flies around. It's like a blaster launcher, but you need direct line of sight to use it. You can't just have someone have vision of it and send the Gremlin into the room. You still have to see it. And silent motors is just a thing I've never really understood. I don't know why you would want your tech specialist to be in stealth all the time. So this is an easy overload for me. Extended signal range is neat, but not important. We have another Sergeant Sapper and another person investing in airburst grenades. Fiber Giant goes up to aspirant rank. Now, typically, the way this is going to go is we're going to look at the tanking tree and be like, huh, we're taking that. And in this case, blast padding makes them resistant to explosives, you know, the thing that takes away their armor, so it's really dangerous, and it gives them another point of armor. If he had this last mission, he would have taken 3 less damage, which is like almost all the wounds he took. So we take blast padding every time. It's up against good stuff. Concussive Strike is a special attack that stuns somebody for 2 actions, that's huge. Incandescence means your flamethrower is actually a buff ability for your team that increases the damage the guy is taking by making them easier to crit. Fumigate is the ability to put out fire and poison with your main weapon. That's pretty sick. Like, all of the things in this line are good, but you just have to take blast padding, and that'll typically be what you hear me say with the spark. These other things are good, but what about the defensive thing? In this case, breakthrough is really, really valuable, so maybe I take that instead of disruption field, because this is an active ability that's not on all the time. And Lightning Strike's insane, but like minor kinetic plating is better. This is the most powerful defensive perk in the game. Typically, you're going to see me debating between melee perks and tanking perks and not really being able to look at these other ones because they're not as core to the character, but they are good all the same. The Pioneer has very strong perks, but it has to not die. The like #1 thing, if it's taking damage and getting wounds, then it's probably not going to be usable in that many missions, and it's not going to be great. Also, now that it's damaged, it's going to T-pose for a while. Just headcanon that he's offline right now. And unfortunately, on the second panel, the Templar and Reaper not getting promotions. Not part of the cool kids. We get an Elerium core, some crystals, 100 supply, suppressor, foregrip, and PCS focus. Great news on all of that. Also, we're countering the random dark event, or we're progressing the chain at least. And as we go back, we are once more going to the stockades to scan for the engineer. 28 hours out, it's clearly the most valuable thing. We still have 14 people ready for missions. In terms of covert ops, is there anything that I really wanted to send out? I have Hunt the Chosen to stack hack if Dead Titan's available. They're not even a sergeant. I can't even do it. What am I talking about? The person I want to hack stack is not high enough rank to do that. Recover alien corpses for aim +2 would be nice, but White Wolf is currently already doing a mission to stack aim. Day and ability points would be really nice if Inferno Flagship is back available. Sorry, Flagship Inferno, and he is available, so we'll be sending him out on this, and we'll send, you know, probably just like the worst soldier in the barracks with them, whoever that is. We have a Squatty Marksman and a Squatty Marine. And I have Sergeant Marine and Sergeant Marksman available, and only one of each, so it's about the same decision. There are missions where I need Marines, there are not missions where I need Marksman. Ultimately, that's what's going to determine the decision here. They're in disguises, minor risk of soldier wound isn't important to me. Good luck. Exhaustive training for a sergeant that's barely at sergeant is something I definitely want to do this month as soon as I'm able to. Let's see who we have at the highest rank that's barely there and not particularly strong. Sonic Serenade is barely a sergeant. This would be good to put on her. Steel Guardian is basically the same boat. Big Large is in the same boat, and Tech Specialist is not a particularly strong class, but he's also my only tech spec available if I need to send somebody on a mission where tech specs can get value. Magpie is already decently far into Sergeant. She'll get less value out of it. Pure Mischief is a combat engineer. They're fine on missions right now. Eclipse Crash is the lowest out of anyone, and they're also probably my best marksman currently. It might be worth it to send her. As I look at all the people at Sergeant, I realize I have 3 Sappers at Sergeant, and my A-team Sapper is one of the few Sappers that isn't. Where is he? So I remember marking Hulking Cardinal as the Sapper that I wanted on my A-team because he has heat grenades and sprint. Unbreakable's nice, the rest of this doesn't matter. However, I have 3 sappers at Sergeant, and this guy is still a squatty. Let's go take a look at those sappers at Sergeant and see if any of them have the abilities needed to be the A-team sapper instead. Because I stopped looking after I got the first guy who met the criteria, but he's no longer anywhere near the top of the ranks. All right, Stubborn Sectoid has heat grenades, sprint, and unbreakable. There we go. He also has minefield. He's actually better. And he's a sergeant. So on account of the fact that Hulking Cardinal just doesn't go on missions and gets wounded all the time, he's no longer going to be the A-team candidate. Now it's Stubborn Sectoid. And having not talked about the A-team for a while, let's go through them. For 4 of these classes, it's very obvious who the A-team candidate is, because there's only one of them. We have 1 Skirmisher, we have 1 Pioneer, we have 1 Templar, and we have 1 Reaver. If we actually look at them though, all Pioneers are equal, it's just the highest ranked one, so it probably will stay Fiber Giant over the course of the game. Depressed Draugr had all the abilities I wanted on my 18 character, which is to say Shredder and heavy hardpoints. There's other good abilities. I'm thrilled to see Total Combat alongside Tack Rigging, and Cool Under Pressure is just solid. But these are the big ones. Shredding with all these bullets I'm shooting and heavy hardpoints for a free rocket, those are what really matter to me, and getting those is absolutely sick. Normally, a Skirmisher can't equip the armor that gives them a rockets. If you have heavy hardpoints in this version of Tactical Rigging, does that give you 2 rockets? I'm very interested in the answer to that. Anyway, these are fantastic perks for Draugr. There's a reason I'm investing in them. In my notes, the only thing I care about for Templars is lightning reflexes. This guy also has sidearm specialist lightning hands, which is incredible. And quick draw. That one's probably not as important. Alchemical Catalyst plus impressive strength is funny. He can throw grenades very far. It's like make your own sapper, but it doesn't really matter. Lightning reflex is all that really matters, and that's enough for him to be A-team. Even once I start getting other Templars, it can still be the highest rank I've got with the most important perk. Coming over to Regal Dawn, though, I really would like to have low profile on my Reaver. I do have good abilities. Stunning Shot is nice. Squad Sight is really nice in conjunction with stuff like Hawkeye and Death from Above. Deadeye is solid. Defensive Mine is okay because we have the stealth stuff. Tack Rigging is okay. I would really like low profile. I'm okay with this being my A-team Reaper because Stunning Shot, Squad Sight, Deadeye are actually really good proactive tools. But I'm not going to declare him to officially be my A-team Reaper until I get to see the next one that I'm recruiting when they get back. If they have similar stuff over here, particularly Deadeye and Squad Sight, in addition they also have low profile, then that's probably enough for me to choose them instead. But for now, Regal Dawn is tentatively my A-team Reaper. I can't select them at the minute, but White Wolf is my A-team Marine. They're the soldier I'm stacking aim on mission after mission after mission. The reason I can't select them is that they're on a covert action. In terms of perks, they have Entrenched, which is the really big one that makes them much safer when they are in full cover. But realistically, Marine perks don't matter that much. For my A-team Marksman, it's Iron Rhino. They are way behind in experience compared to the rest of the A-team, but they're the only sniper I've got with sprint and low profile, and those perks are really important. Bandolier is also nice on top of it, but let me do a quick double check that there's no Marksman I made after them ended up outranking them that I should be using instead. Yeah, even though Iron Rhino is only barely a corporal, they're still the only Marksman I've got with both sprint and low profile, and those perks are too valuable on a Marksman for me to take anyone else in the A-team. And lastly, we can't show her off right now. We have Den Mother in the A-team. She has rapid deployment and support grenadier. That's just incredibly good. That makes her much better at throwing support grenades while continuing to be relevant and taking the rest of her turn. Essentially, the difference in having rapid deployment and not is an entire turn worth of action. So it's so valuable. And as for the A-team Field Medic, that's just not really how it works right now. My eventual A-team Field Medic will be the one that is a psionic character, because that makes them so much more valuable than they otherwise would be. There's nothing that compares with it in value. Anyways, enough A-team talk. Let's get back to the stockades. Let's find this engineer. We've finally got them. We'll figure out what to do with them next. I think the answer is build the infirmary. How are we doing on wounded soldiers? We have a couple of serious wounds, but most people who are wounded, and there aren't that many, will be back before it finishes anyway. Rushing the infirmary doesn't seem like a big deal. Resistance ring is going here. I don't know what building is left to build. I'm going to start clearing this, though, and then work down towards the power coil for maybe a Scilab. I don't know what's next, honestly. We don't have that much. We need to build radio relay. That's what's going in here. But with the proving ground powered, I don't need the resistance ring immediately. I can afford to wait on that. We're doing great on the tactical layer right now. We don't need to rush that. I'm going to focus on this. We're up to 51 of 55 crew. We're getting pretty close to needing to improve the living quarters again. And it does cap out at 65. After that, the only way to make more room is to build workshops and labs, because right now my engineers and my scientists also count towards space. And once I make those, they'll live there instead of in the barracks. Now, we haven't done the supply drop yet. How far away is the next one? 15 days. Do we need money? It depends on what the black market sales are this month. If the black market sales are really good and we can make a lot of money without really losing too much, they're interested in smoke grenades and advent officers. Well, the smokes are not for sale. The officers you can have. Yeah, I don't need them for anything. I'm already done with them. Honestly, do I need 4 smoke grenades? Who even equips them? In my previous campaigns, I've always equipped my combat engineers with a smoke grenade, but I've never thrown 2 smoke grenades in one mission on the same combat engineer. So I'm thinking I don't actually need this many smokes. I want to sell 2 of them. And if in the future I need to build a smoke grenade and it was a mistake, it's fine. They're instant build items, but I honestly don't know that I need more than 2 smokes. If we had 85 intel, we could buy an engineer, but I think we just got to the point where it might not be worth doing in the first place. We don't need to buy an actionable lead. Oh, also, I think if I'm remembering correctly, there's always one actionable lead in the black market to launch an alien facility assault, but it never respawns. Once you buy it, it's gone for good. So I don't need to get this now. Yeah, there's nothing here that I really care about, especially with me being as low on intel as I am. In that case, I will pick up my 461 supplies while I wait to see if there's anything better to do with my scanning time. New assault mission, again, really? Alright. That's acceptable. I was just expecting not to have quite this many. Oh, right, yeah, we're doing all of this. Okay, I realize what it is. This is for countering dark events. There's tons of assaults for all the dark events. And if I'm trying to stop them all, then yeah, that checks out. I'm definitely trying to stop head end, and I'm trying to stop the other one. Rural checkpoints are the one I can let go, but since I wasn't paying attention and already committed to stopping it for the first mission, there's no reason not to go for the second one, so let's prepare for Operation Rum Grinder. Since Big Large has the ability to repair, I'm completely okay, I think, sending out my Pioneer even though he's wounded. I'll just heal him before the fight starts, it's not a problem. And they're even color-coded to match. Oh, that's adorable. I'm sending Iron Rhino on this mission because God knows they need some experience. If Severed Sectoid's on the A team, I think I should be sending them out for experience as well. Dead Titan can't fix a Spark, but the Spark is so strong that I think it can afford to carry a second tech specialist. It is a difficult mission, so I might be cutting out the tech spec since I'm already carrying Iron Rhino on the team, but I think we should be good. I can afford a Corporal Combat Engineer. That class is almost as good at Corporal as any other class at Sergeant. And for the same reason, I'm going to take Missile Moth. I just want to stack some strong stuff to help support this Spark. I think my hero units are all tired at the minute, right? Yeah, they can't come. And lastly, I'm going to take Minuscule Magpie to help deal with any long-range threats. I think this team is good enough. Alright, so looking at this team, we have a Pioneer, we have 2 Combat Engineers, a Sapper. We have a lot of shotgun, a lot of explosives, decent range, because the Sapper does have the mag rifle instead of the marksman carbine, or instead of the shotgun. In addition to the marksman carbine here. Decent mobility because everyone's pretty fast. We have the vector rifle and our sniper to that end, who should probably be carrying a med kit because God knows. Oh, AP rounds, yeah, duh. I don't want to hold off on Dead Titan because like maybe there's an infiltration mission where we need them. Because I do want to send tech specialists on missions like that, but the issue is, like, yeah, it gets me intel, it gets me long-term valuable things, but Dead Titan's supposed to be on the A team. They need to be doing stuff. They need to be going on missions and getting experience, and I don't feel comfortable waiting for it. They're at full will right now. Even if an infiltration comes along, as long as they don't get wounded, I can send them out again immediately. So yeah, I think this is right. Which means that this is our final roster and our final gear setup for the next mission. It's Operation Rum Grinder, our difficult destroy alien relay mission. We're gonna have a stealth insertion, which means what exactly? Oh, longer timer essentially, not a big deal. And it's gonna stop rural checkpoints, which is actually pretty important. Losing 50% of supply drops for the rest of the game is kind of a huge economic blow. I'm glad I won't have to deal with it. It's definitely worth stopping, although I'm trying to stop all 3 dark events this month, and that's kind of hard to do. It seems like I have enough roster for it. Anyway, that's it for now. I've been Rather and Coherent. This has been Modded XCOM 2. Hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow. There's a reason I go on about it. And I'll see you in the next one.